Okay, today, as I promised, I'm going to show you guys how to grow passion fruits organically. I have several different cultivars here. This is the Pandora from Central America. And also, this is the Panama Red. It's a little bit larger variety than the black or purple possum. And, you know, they're a lot more acidic. You know, they're kind of crossed in between of the yellow and the purple, I'd say, as far as flavor. But my favorite flavored passion fruit is probably this right here, the Red Rover variety. And this is really closely related to the black passion fruits and the purple possum. And it is actually a hybrid as well. I'm not sure exactly from which two kind, but I know, like I said, they're really closely related to other passion fruits, edgeless from Brazil. So I'm going to show you guys today how to grow them from seed. And I have a few cultivars right here. This is a Passiflora ligularis, also known as the sweet granadilla. And right here, this is my beautiful wife. I'm going to have her help me film this with you guys, you know, so I can have my hands free a little better. So here we go. Now, when you're growing passion fruits, really, no matter what kind of passion fruit, you're going to want to start off by soaking them in water. They have really hard shell. It's already got a couple seeds in there of the Passiflora ligularis, or the sweet granadilla. And you want to pour a little water in that. I like to use distilled water or some other kind of purified water. Stay away from tap water with the heavy metals and the chlorine. I'm really not sure if it affects the germination of it with tap water, but you know, just try to stay away from it. And so I got those in there, and I'm pretty impatient, so I'm not going to do a time-lapse video and show this in stages. I'm just going to show you everything right now. So you want to soak them for about 12 hours, and then after they soak, you're going to want to put them in a nice good soil mixture. I like to start off with organic compost. Right here, it's got a lot of organic matter in it, you know, wood chips, you know, leaves that are composted, and they're going to break down over time and give your plants a lot of nutrients through that. And for better drainage, I like to add, you know, some coconut coir. And a brick of this you could actually get at pretty much any pet store. It's only a few bucks. Break that down in there with it. And like I said, the coconut coir, it's not going to add any nutrients at all to your soil. You know, it's you know, they're almost non-existent in it, but you know, it's going to make the soil pretty loose, and it's actually pretty fungus resistant as well. Want to do that. Take a couple, put the rest of that out there. You're going to just make a little bit now. And the compost, you can see, is really good. If you're using compost with it, you're definitely going to want to get all the worms out for potted plants. Okay, so there's no worms in that. Also, you're going to want to put a little bit of nitrogen in there. I like to use organic worm castings, and it's completely safe, you know, unlike chemical fertilizers. It's not going to burn the roots at all. You know, it's only going to help your plants, you know, stay healthy. You know, for about this much soil, you know, use a little bit, a handful of worm castings. Sprinkle it in there, mix it up real good. Put a little more compost in there. That's good, honey. Mm-hmm. And as I was saying, you know, you're going to want to get those really good nutrients and get some rich soil in there, and also a little bit of, also going to want to use some organic potting soil. And this, like I said, is completely organic. It has some perlite in it as well for the good root development when you're starting off with seedlings. A little bit of that in there, and this also has blood meal in it and some worm castings as well. Mix that up real good. Okay, keep pointing down there for a second. Alright. And the last thing I'm gonna get, I had it in its original bag, but it kind of busted on me. Some azomite rock dust. And this is going to add trace minerals to the soil. You know, pretty much every nutrient A to Z. Mix that in there real good. Alright, so the soil is looking pretty good here. With the worm castings, the rock dust, and the compost. So you're going to want to get a little container. Put a little bit in there. You know, pack it down pretty good. Not too bad. Or not too much. Keep it pretty loose for the most part. And starting off with this, you are definitely going to want to... Pause it, honey. Okay, you're going to want to start off with treating the soil with the Actinovate. It is actually a certified organic. It's a organic fungicide, completely biological, chemical free. So it is safe to use in organic gardening. And I already mixed a teaspoon of this with the gallon of water. Shake it up real good. Treat the soil with it, and for quite a while that's going to keep any fungus from popping up on your plants. And the number one problem worldwide, you know, with growing anywhere is fungus for sure. So you definitely want to keep that at bay. Treat it with that, and this stuff is pretty cheap. I got it for like 10-15 bucks online, you know, so it's definitely invaluable when you know, starting off growing in containers. And you're gonna want to get some pretty good drainage in that. I like starting on making a little slit like that, and then coming from the side, slicing over so it has a nice little hole right there. And doing it like this, instead of just poking a hole and twisting it around, the water will come straight out from inside. It doesn't have to flood in the bottom before it starts dripping out. So do it that way. From the side, as I said, like that. Okay, and put the seed about after they've soaked for 12 hours, put them about a 1/4 inch deep in there. Cover them with the really rich organic soil. And just definitely just water them when the top looks to be like it's getting dry. Shuffle it around a little bit. And
now, how deep did you put it in there?
yeah, just about a 1/4 inch. You know, probably no more than a 1/2 inch for sure.
And you just soaked it in distilled water, right?
Yeah, definitely like to
for 12
use
hours.
Yep. Soak it for about, you know, just overnight, about 12 hours. And like I said, use the purified or distilled water. You know, stay away from tap water, because me myself, you know, I really like organic gardening and doing everything that way. And after you do all that, put the rock dust, worm castings, treat it with the good bacteria and the biological fungicide. In a few weeks, you're gonna get a little sprout pop up. Looks a little something like that. It's gonna be a little bit smaller starting off. But doing it this way, giving it the right nutrition, within a month, maybe 2 months, you're going to have a nice, healthy little looking passion fruit plants. And the reason I like growing some varieties from seed, actually, is, you know, people always say, you know, propagate the plants, you know, by cloning them, you know, taking cuttings off, rooting those. But with some varieties, I found, you know, even growing by seed, you know, their taste is really consistent. You know, the fruit size is consistent. You know, everything, you know, is, you know, pretty much the same, the taste with all of them. And so some you don't need to propagate from an actual vine. and growing individual plants by seed when they get bigger and when they actually start to flower. Since they come from two different seeds, they'll be able to cross-pollinate each other, you know, with bees carrying the pollen from one flower to another, and you're definitely going to get fruit that way. So like I said, definitely if you're growing them by seed, you know, start off with the right nutrients, the worm castings, the azomite rock dust, you know, a little bit of sand maybe in there, and organic compost, and you will be well on your way to growing a big, healthy passion fruit plant within a few months. That looks like this nice black Brazilian Passiflora edulis right here. And then within 4 months, if you're successful, you will get a nice huge vine that looks like this one. So definitely hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will definitely be posting more. Not too sure what I'm going to talk about next time, but it's definitely going to be about propagating some other kind of tropical fruits. So definitely I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and found it pretty informative. So just stay tuned for the next one, definitely, and hit that like button, and you know, definitely watch my next one. So thanks guys.